Greetings and salutations in service to the one I am, Amber Dawn Star, practical mystic, energetic activist, and for over 34 years, master breathologist. Welcome back to my community. Well, today, Spirit would like to talk to you about losing time, and that is part of the Ascension. So if you've noticed lately that you're losing time, that hours can go by and you're like, what? Where did they go? What happened to that? I've been here, but I haven't. And that's part of the Ascension process, is the loss of time. Also, is the loss of time is thinking that you've lost something and it's right in front of you. You're looking everywhere and it's right in front of you. Though these two have happened to me, are happening to me quite a bit now, quite a bit, to the point of being rather frustrated as far as thinking I've lost something, looking frantically for it, and there it is. Like, if I go like this, there it is. So it's just a simple like that. There it is. So that is part of the Ascension process, losing time and losing things that you aren't really losing. There's also a resonance that's happening within the Earth's electromagnetic field that is also happening, that scientists say that even though we think it's 24 hours in a day, it's actually like 16. Jeez. So, yeah, that's like 8 hours that poof. So this is happening, and you don't have to freak out about it. Know that if it is happening with you, that you are feeling the Ascension symptoms. You are part of the wave of ascending humans into the next level of living and believing and being human beings. Human beings are all about the fifth dimension. Because the third dimension is all about human doing. Do, right? Doing, do. Keep doing it. Which is all outside, pretty much all outside, unless you're doing something, like meditating and breathing in the moment. You're doing that now. But a lot of our life in this dimension is about doing things outside of ourselves. And of course, right now, this is all about going within and finding out what still resonates with you. Because a lot of it doesn't, I'm sure. I mean, I've noticed that a lot of it doesn't with me, and so I'm sure a lot of it doesn't with you, because I know that, I'm not alone and we're all connected. So just know that you're part of this wave that's happening, and to not lose faith, if anything, to be excited about it, because it's the real deal. It's finally here, and I don't know about you, but I've been working on this for over 50 years. So it's like, wow, finally it's here. And of course, now that it's here, I'm like, I'm exhausted. Or I've been exhausted. Okay, right this minute, I'm not exhausted. I'm excited. I'm happy that this is finally happening, and that we're a part of it, and that that Spirit is got our backs and is moving us forward. So don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Don't lose trust. Just keep knowing. Just keep going. Just keep breathing. Allow anything that is not of what you most want, let it go. That's what this is doing for 2022. We're moving from a 5 energy year to a 6, which is way smoother. 5 is the number of change, and a lot of it, which of course we've seen this past year in all of our lives, in all of the world. I mean, we've seen all of this happening. And it will continue. This is, as I've said a lot, especially before anything ever hit the fan, that this was coming, and it is. And so just know that, and, do what you know to do. There's a lot you can do. Not freaking out is a big one. Not going into your fear is a big one. Staying in your love and light, in your alignment with Source, with your breath. Staying in that alignment, that's a good one. To keep practicing. Because there's so much more to come, and we don't know exactly what that's going to look like, other than it's going to be way intense. So if you think the last couple of years were intense, get ready. More to come. Yay. So how do you prepare for something as intense as what's coming? Well, you breathe, for one thing, the conscious holy breath, and you allow your breath to be that bridge between the seen and the unseen. And know that, your breath is so powerful. And I believe that's why it's so popular right now with all these different techniques and all of that, is because they realize, finally, people are catching on. Of course, there's a lot of people for thousands of years that have been breathing this way, or whatever way works. I'm breathing the conscious holy breath. So the conscious holy breath is about taking a deep breath almost every time I breathe. Not every time, but almost. So, you know how you feel when you take a deep breath? You know how it's like, yes. It's a yes. When you take a deep breath, it's always a yes. When anything ever happens that is like, people say breathe. Take a breath. There's a reason for that. And so this breath that I'm honored to show people and teach people and be is about receiving that benefit every time you take a breath. And it's just so relaxing and refreshing and realigning every moment. So, because what's coming is that, we are shifting, this planet is shifting. The people that are ready to go with her in the shift will, which is me. I don't know about you, but man, I'm ready to do something different than this. So that's why now it's really important to get your lessons, whatever they are. If you see a pattern that you've seen and seen and seen, it's time to frackin' look at it and change it. Because none of that can go with us. None of that fear, none of that angst, none of that woulda, shoulda, coulda, none of that blame, none of that shame, none of that hate, none of that can go. It's like this. It's dissonance. So keep working on your own vibration. Keep noticing the symptoms that you could be feeling in regards to losing time and losing things within the 3D time-space continuum. You are part of this, and the more you realize that and the more you acknowledge it and accept it, the easier it will become. Don't worry about the time. It's all happening. Just do what you can to prepare for the rest of this. And as much as you can, be in your heart and in your consciousness and in your alignment. Because to me, that's the only way through right now. The only way through is in. The only way out is through. And that's going within. So whatever that looks like to you, whatever going in means to you, if that's reading, something that uplifts you, if it's watching a video or a movie that uplifts you, singing, music, nature, all those things that uplift you. Today I was I'm fortunate enough to be upstairs in my space, and I have views of the outside, lovely views of the trees. I feel like I'm in the trees. And this morning, when I got that information in regards to time, a whole flock of birds. I mean, and they're little tiny, like, budgie birds or swallows. They all flew past my window and landed in the tree outside. I was like, whoa. And there must have been 100 birds out there. And that's never happened. I mean, that I've been aware of. So it was just another confirmation from spirit. And that's how you know that you're on the track of your life, is when you get those kinds of confirmations from outside of you. When synchronicity happens and you know that you are on the right path, in the right time, in divine timing, that it's all working out, and that you can relax. You can relax into that. You can relax into that it is happening, and that you're part of it. And that all your hard work and all your sacrifice has been worth it. And if you're used to sacrifice, you're really hoping and praying that something is going to come from all of that, right? And it is, and it will. And so don't give up the hope. Don't give up the faith. Keep going. Just know that time and space are shifting. It's part of this whole process of moving into another level of being. We're going to be being humans. What does that look like? Well, that looks like attracting things with your frequency instead of attracting things by harder work. Isn't that like, think about that. If you can say, oh, I really like this, or oh, I'd really like that, and somehow, you don't know how, it shows up. I've had that happen to me. It blows my mind. It blows my mind when it just, I have a thought that, oh, I'd really like that. And son of a sea cook if it doesn't show up. Usually in the same day. Now, there are, of course, other things that I would like to have and see, and those haven't shown up yet. And I feel like it's coming. Something big is coming for me in a good way. And I'm intending that for you also. So, keep breathing. Leave a message if you would like to find out more about the Conscious Holy Breath. Go visit my website if you would like. Please subscribe. Tell a friend. And just keep going. It'll work out. It's going to work out. And it's going to work out bigger and better than we could even imagine. And if you have a good imagination, that's quite a bit. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. Just know that you're not going crazy, that you're not losing your mind. Although maybe that's part of this, is maybe losing the ego mind, which would be a good thing. Other than that, stay in your heart, stay in your consciousness, stay in your alignment. The breath, the conscious holy breath, the holy W in front of the holy, whole, you, whole, this breath touches you on all your bodies, your spiritual body, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body. This breath touches on all those bodies and clears them and heals them. So that almost every single time you breathe, you can take a deep breath. Because it's free. What stops us from breathing deep is usually our fear. And since it's so rampant right now, and the division is happening right now in a way that it hasn't for a long, long time, it's really important to keep that awareness and keep that connection to source, which is your breath. Your breath is the bridge from the seen to the unseen. The power of your breath is just phenomenal if you can breathe deep enough. Which of course most people don't. They breathe so shallowly that they never experience anything of the power that they're carrying within. So please breathe deeply. Ask your guides and angels for direction and clarity if you're feeling a little lost. They're there. They're always waiting for you to ask. You have to ask, though. They don't interfere. But they will help you if you ask. So, please do that. And Om Namah Shivaya in Lakach. Namaste. El Camino. I will see you tomorrow, God willing. Bye for now.